Rob. This video, we're going to continue the March of the King series. This week, we are doing Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, the Heisei series. Okay, guys, welcome back. So, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah from the Heisei series is a very interesting movie. On one hand, the fight between Godzilla and Ghidorah and the switching of roles I thought was brilliant. You know, on the first hand, Godzilla kind of plays the hero, trying to defeat the monster of the future, or the monster that was created by the people from the future. And then it gets turned around when, after he finally defeats Ghidorah, he continues on his rampage, and Ghidorah is resurrected as Mecha King Ghidorah to come back and stop Godzilla. So I like that element of the movie. I thought that was cool. It was very different. Never in any movie other than this one in GMK was Ghidorah portrayed as a hero. So I like that little turnaround. It's almost like a wrestling match. You know, one week the good guy is the bad guy, then the next week the bad guy is the good guy, and so on and so forth. Now, M11. I cannot get enough of this android and the scenes in this movie with him. I mean, you guys got to admit, that scene where he's following them in the car and he gets out, the car crashes, he tries to do his best impression of the Terminator getting out of the fire, and then he runs at top speed and he's running and he's just staring at the camera. And I cannot help but just die laughing when I saw that. And then he catches up to the car and he looks at the car and he like grins like this is some stupid shit, right? I mean, M11 is just, oh my god, they need to put him in Godzilla 2014. I want a, you know what, they can do it, they can get him in there. Let's start a fucking petition. I want M11 in Godzilla 2014. We have to have at least a little bit of cheesiness, right? Let's just get 30 seconds of cheesiness. Let's get an M11 in there running away from Godzilla, and then Godzilla stomps him, and that's it. That's it. That's all I'm asking for, right? Whatever. Okay, so back to the movie. And, you know, obviously we all know the storyline. People from the future come to the present to warn the present-day people of catastrophes to follow and this and that and all this bad shit. So we need to go back to the future. Damn it, Morty! And we need to stop Godzillasaurus from becoming Godzilla. So they go back to the past, they find Godzillasaurus. We see that nice, very intimate moment between Godzilla and the troops from Japan, and they relocate Godzilla to an underwater lair. And no, it's not no, they recruit him to, you know, they basically move him to beneath the ocean, so he's not in any harm's way. Well, not harm's way, but so that way he's out of the range of the nuclear testing that's to happen. But this is where it gets a little bit confusing for me. So the chick from the future, I think her name is Emmy, she dumps the door rats, and I swear to God, if my daughter saw one of those things, she would never stop asking me to get one, and they don't exist unless there's a plushie out there. Anyway, so she dumps the door rats out of the ship purposely, and the girl, you know, Miki's like, oh, where are the door rats? And she's like, and then this is where I got confused. The Dorats turned into King Ghidorah. They had to know something was going to happen with the Dorats, which is why they did this. And then she acts like she didn't do it. Like her superiors are like, you're losing your vision. We dumped the Dorats there to be a Ghidorah. You know, they're, you know, the dubbing is horrible in this movie, by the way. And she's like, how could you? And this, and I'm thinking to myself, you dumb bitch, you're the one who fucking put them out. Why not just go back to the future like 2 or 3 minutes before you did it and don't do it? But anyway, you know, that's how these movies are. They force the plot along. I just thought it was really weird that she's the one who put them out there, yet she's mad. It really confused me. But anyway, so the Dorats obviously return as Ghidorah, and this is what I liked. Because in the older Godzilla movies with Ghidorah, you got a lot of stock footage. A lot of times it was always stock footage, where this one was cool because it was new footage of him wrecking stuff, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that a lot because I like Ghidorah. Ghidorah is my second favorite monster behind Godzilla in the Godzilla universe. So it was very, for me personally, I enjoyed seeing him get a lot of screen time when he arrived on screen, and seeing him wreak havoc and do his thing. That to me was very enjoyable to watch because, again, back in the old movies, it was always stock footage. The thing I did not like is they changed his roar. You know, that whole, I don't even want to try and do it. I'll probably sound dumb. But you guys, I mean, you guys watch the movies, you know, there's obviously the Ghidorah roar from the 70s and the late 60s, epic roar. They should have kept it, but they changed it to what they did, which that I'm not happy about. So finally, you know, Godzilla returns, and turns out that the Godzillasaurus did in fact mutate anyway. So him and Ghidorah meet for the first time, and this is probably one of the most famous scenes in the Heisei series, when Godzilla blew the center head off of Ghidorah. I mean, let's face it, honestly, when we all saw that for the first time, we were like, oh shit. And that was my reaction, because I was like, I had never really seen Godzilla own Ghidorah like that. Ghidorah always kind of gave Godzilla a hard time. Godzilla always needed like Rodan and Mothra and Anguirus or whoever to help him fight Ghidorah. But he handled Ghidorah pretty soundly in this movie. And another thing I noticed in this movie is his atomic breath is powerful. I mean, he uses it quite a bit, but it is powerful. So after Ghidorah gets destroyed, she attempts to fly off, or he attempts to fly off, however you want to look at it. Godzilla blasts him in the back. He falls into the ocean. Fast forward to the future, where Emmy convinces a superior to let her reconstruct Ghidorah so that she can go back to the past, or back to the future, Marty, and fight Godzilla. So Godzilla's wrecking Tokyo again, and next thing you know, boom, here comes Ghidorah. And I gotta say, the arrival scene when Ghidorah, that was great, and the center head looked awesome. The whole Ghidorah mech was awesome. You know, this movie was really good. It was a good, the kaiju scenes, the fights were great. The plot was, I mean, it was kind of cool. It's just that big plot gap where Emmy's the one who released the Dorats, but she's acting like she's innocent or some shit like that. That kind of really threw it off for me. M11 was just pure comical. M11 was comical. That jetpack that they used, like that Emmy and M11 used, was comical. But in terms of the fighting and Ghidorah and Godzilla going at it and things like that, man, shit doesn't get any better than that. I would love to see that. Like, I would love to see those scenes reprised in a futuristic way. And somebody once asked me, and whoever you are, please make a comment below, because I would actually like to maybe do a video about this. But somebody asked me, it was in a live stream, what my thoughts were, something along the lines of Ghidorah having a standalone movie in the United States. And you know what? I think they could pull it off, because he's very similar to a dragon, and we all know how popular dragons are here in this culture. So I think that's one other kaiju they could probably pull off, and it'll work. But anyway, guys, so that's it for this one. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah from the Heisei series. I enjoyed the fighting primarily. That was what made it for me. And the story is the story's suspect. M11 was a joke, and Emmy was a bit of a joke. But outside of that, I enjoyed it because the fight scenes were great. And I loved King Ghidorah in this movie. He had a lot of great scenes. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I will see you next week. And what are we going to do next week? Let's see. Godzilla versus Mothra, the Battle for Earth. So that'll be next week's Rewind review for the March of the King series. I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take it easy. Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. I'm your host, Rob. This video, we're going to continue the March of the King series. This week, we are doing Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, the Heisei series. Okay, guys, welcome back. So, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah from the Heisei series is a very interesting movie. On one hand, the fight between Godzilla and Ghidorah and the switching of roles I thought was brilliant. You know, on the first hand, Godzilla kind of plays the hero. trying to defeat the monster of the future, or the monster that was created by the people from the future. And then it gets turned around when, after he finally defeats Ghidorah, he continues on his rampage, and Ghidorah is resurrected as Mecha King Ghidorah to come back and stop Godzilla. So I like that element of the movie. I thought that was cool. It was very